good evening to the stations joining us on YouTube. K60USY, Delta Mike 06. K6USY, Delta Mike 06. KM6SRR, KM6SRR, K6USY. Rob, are you on frequency? Okay, I'm going to talk for a second and let you tune me in. Because that thing is way off. You sound like Donald Duck.
Yeah, I didn't know. Nobody was talking loud enough for me to tune in.
Well, so far you're the only person I heard. I think I heard Bill in there for a second, but yeah, and I don't know where Mike is. Probably eating dinner.
Hey, success is here. Is Mike's radio on?
Yeah, we're up online. So, but he probably went to the barn like an hour ago and flipped everything on.
I'm here.
He is. And hi, Bill. K6USY 1079 in Bozo 1100.
Hey, success 800. How you doing, Bill? Hey, success, KM6SR. I'm going to go down and eat my dinner, so I'll be monitoring there. Number 432, over. QSL. WA6AJ 727.
I was here earlier, Mike. Where were you?
I don't know.
I called at 15 after.
I must have forgot.
Apparently.
You never had that happen to you? Be the first time today.
I guess. No, I was calling, had my antenna towards the south. I guess I'll have to point it towards the east and see if I can hear, the west, and see if I can hear Ron there. come back to here and then head to the LA.
Yeah, I'll go down and talk to Ralph. I don't know, what is it, 10 minutes?
Yeah, pretty close, about 11. I'll go give Ron a call real quick and come back.
Okay, Mike showed up?
He's here. W6QUI, AA6S.
I had to water the grass.
Well, that explains it.
It's going to rain.
I didn't hear QUI last night or the night before. I haven't seen him for quite a while. He may be here tonight. Good luck.
Well, I pointed at him. I haven't heard anything. Now I'm going to go back to LA. W6QUI, AA6S. You around, Ron? Nothing heard. Heading to LA.
Okay, who else do we have on here? I have Aaron and Brittany, 1100, and I've got 800 Bill, AA6S. Who else? K6MYC 1296 Bozo.
WA6AJ 727.
Hi, Mike. WA6AAJ 727. Gotcha. How are you doing?
Doing good. Waiting for the next big rain event like last time.
Oh, well, we'll be waiting for the big rain. It's supposed to start. We're supposed to get a sprinkle tonight. I guess the big night is Thursday.
Yeah, that's what I hear. I've been getting disappointed lately.
Well, I got a little less than a quarter of an inch in that last big fiasco.
Well, I think I might have gotten a quarter inch. I don't know. Need one good rain, I think, before the season ends.
Well, we usually don't end until the first week or second week in May, so we got a little time yet.
Okay, well, I'll stand by for that one.
Well, about 4 years ago, I got 6 inches of rain one night in about the 7th or 8th of May, over.
Oh, that's pretty good. That was a long time ago, though, Mikey.
Yes, it was.
Had probably 2 droughts within that span, maybe.
No, it was 4 or 5 years ago, not longer than that. And I remember dumping the rain gauge to get ready for the rain, and the next day I went out and the rain gauge was empty, but it wasn't empty, it was overflowing. It was so full I didn't even see the marker. All 5 inches plus the cup.
Wow, that's pretty good.
I couldn't believe it. All in one night, we must have got the biggest cloud over us. I've never seen it like that. And you know what? We didn't even have a puddle on the ground here.
Oh, you got soaked up, I take it, huh?
Yeah, I think the Lord just stood up there and peed in my cup.
Head down to 090 for a little bit.
Okay, good luck. Let us know what you get. I'm going to go up towards Santa Cruz here. Okay, this should be sort of towards Santa Cruz. and maybe we'll hear Tom over there. KW6 Sugar, KW6S, K6MYC, and the 1296 Bozo group, over.
KYC, KW6S, things not working here.
Well, you're loud. You're not loud, but you're readable. We got you in. Give Judy your number, and I'll peek on you, over.
Very good. KW6S, 610. And, okay, yeah, I guess it's popping up a little bit. Yeah, boy, things are not real strong here tonight, and a little bit warbly, and that's not usually the case with you there. K6MYC, KW6S.
Okay, KW6S, K6MYC. Very good. Well, you're sounding okay now. I went up a little bit higher than normal for you. I'm getting you closer to the Bay Area for some reason. Chatter, but I can't get any call signs. Who's talking?
6MYC, KW6S.
Yeah, Tom was still talking, but he just faded out.
Boy, he did. The band's terrible tonight. Okay, this should be better. Now I'm pointed more towards you. KW6S, K6MYC, over.
Oh, yeah, that's quite a bit better. So, yeah, wondered if something could cause me to wander off here. Yeah, I'll plan to be here tomorrow night. I'll poke at Lee and see if I can get him back on here tomorrow night. K6MYC, KW6S.
Yeah, well, he's been pretty reliable on 2-meter one. Last week he was a little flaky on 1296, but he thought he would be because he had problems. Anyway, no worries. We were copying. I'm trying to get a peek on you. The bend keeps shifting here. It's going up and down so fast I can't tell where the real peak is, over.
Yeah, I noticed the same thing. The warble has kind of going up and down at a lot slower rate now than it was.
Okay, here. Yeah, there seems to be a warble on top of the 1 second fade. You're up and down every second or so. Boy, it's just all over the place tonight. Horrible conditions. Anyway, we don't have to beleaguer the misery here. We'll let you go, and I'll slide up into the Bay Area and see if we can rig anybody out of the noise there. Thanks for being there tonight, Tom, and we'll see you tomorrow on 2 meters, which will be a lot easier, I think. KW6 Sugar, Santa Cruz, K6MYC, Bozo Net, down here near Fresno.
Very good, Mike. Catch you tomorrow night. K6MYC,
Okay, 7-3. And I'm sort of pointed toward the Bay Area for the lower end of the guys, KD6S. Okay, how about you, Fred?
Hey, good evening, Mike. I hear you. You're a good signal here tonight, better than last night on 222. You sound great. Back to you, Mike.
Yeah, okay, fine, Fred. 507. KD6S, okay, and somebody else was in there with you. So maybe, I don't think it was Tom, but I couldn't tell. I thought he had signed for sure. Anyway, good to hear you. And yeah, it was pretty thin on 222 last night. We had solid copy on you, but it just wasn't very strong. Anyway, it's not very strong tonight either, but a little better. Take a transmission, and I'll see if I can peek on you here. KD6SOK in Cupertino, K6MYC.
Okay, very good, Mike. Yeah, it was the conditions out there on 222 were not great. I don't know why it was so bad. I did hear Paul up in Placerville, K6WIS. I heard him, and he was also on the weak side, not as strong as he usually is. So I think it was just bad conditions. And we're just waiting for the rain right now. It's cloudy over here. It's overcast. Getting dark. It was cold, and now it's starting to warm up a little bit. So we're supposed to get rain, I guess, later tonight and going on for the next 2-3 days. So we'll see. Let me know if this is enough transmission for you to speak on me. Mike, KD6SOK.
Okay. Yeah, it was got cloudy and overcast here toward the end of the day also, and it's quite cool. The clouds are wet, so the humidity is high and the temperatures are low, so that makes a kind of a cold day. You know, you feel damp, and the cold just goes right through everything. So not a pleasant time of the year right now. Hopefully in a week or so we'll have some nice warmer weather. Judy's got something here. She's sneezing like crazy in the shack here. I don't think we've got any hot pepper or black pepper that's causing it, but something is making her sneeze. Anyway, good to hear you, Fred. Thanks very much for being there, and we will hopefully can hear you tomorrow. If you try to do 2 meters, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but we've had very strong signals from the Bay Area on 2 meters. Good night for now, Fred. KD6SOK, K6MYC.
Okay, good night there, Mike. And yeah, I just checked 2 meters. I got an F3 level noise floor, which is really low. Usually it's an F7, so tonight's a perfect night for 2 meters for me. I'll check it tomorrow night for you.
Okay. Okay, anyway, let's see. Who else do we have in the Bay Area here? Kilowatt 6 Mike, Yankee, Charlie. Bay Area. WA6AXX, WB6JNN, KT2G, KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie, W6QPQL, K6MYC calling the Bay Area and standing by. Okay, now I'm up on you a little bit better. If you give me a little more chatter, I can peek on you, but we got you. W6PQL 1296, K6MYC. Good evening.
Yeah, pretty weak, Mike. I think it'll be better a little bit later, but right now kind of on the reef. And up to 110, and I'll pull in Santa Barbara at 8 o'clock. So 7 degrees for now, and Stephen, K6MYC, W6PQL.
Yeah, right. Really ratty conditions here. You're just up and down. Really very unstable propagation here. Okay, good luck with Steve, and we'll look for your 52 coming on CW, or we'll come back to the Bay Area here toward the end of this net. 7-3. W6PQL, K6MYC, Bozo Net, listening for Bay Area. Over. Bay Area, WA6AXX, WB6JNN. KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie, KB6WFC. Mike, are you there? Boy, nothing heard in the Bay Area. Rob, are you here tonight?
He was a little bit ago.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll write him in. Maybe he's downstairs having dinner with Candy.
Yeah, he was here right before you got into the barn.
Well, I had everything set up here, but I was going by what was on TV. Usually Hannity is finished by 7, and then Gutfield comes on, and it's a different show, and it has a whole different audio. Even if I'm not in the TV watching it, I'm hearing it in the background, but I'd never heard it come on, and I thinking, oh, it isn't even 7 yet, so I got time. So I'm lounging around fixing the fire, and Judy says, aren't you going to go out and get on the net? And I said, why? It's Hannity's still on here. It isn't even 7 o'clock yet. Oh, no, she says it's 7:28. Okay. So we finally moved out here. But and then I had to come in the room, and then I had to leave the room again so I could go out and water the grass. So, and we're out of sync here this evening. Cold too, boy. It's nippy out there. Let's take one last call for the Bay Area. I've chatted quite a bit. Is there anybody in the Bay Area who would like to check in? And I'm also looking for backscatter from K6WIS. Standing by. Over. Okay, nothing heard. I'm going to go up to N6RO, see if we can hear traces. You let me know if I don't necessarily hear it. If you catch it on the stream, Aaron, he's going to be with his 10 watts, and based on the conditions tonight, it's going to be very spotty. Over.
Check in, Ralph, Mikey, AA6S.
Okay, we'll put number 3 down on the schedule here. Thanks for catching number 3 there. And good to hear you, Bill. Look for you for a longer chat tomorrow night, and we can cover all the world's problems. Over.
QSL, got plenty of them.
226 is here.
Oh, there he is. There's 226. Good evening, Ken. I'm just now going up to see if I can hear Ken, N6RO Ken. He's still stuck with his 10 watts, and maybe we'll get a read back on. He didn't say if he's heard back from his amplifier guy or not, but he's going to do something by the end of this month for sure, if he has to even wait that long. He's hoping that the guy will have it fixed and on its way back soon, before too long. Anyway, let's see if Ken is in there.
Yeah, I was able to work Ralph I worked him for a year, so I did some work on the 1296 stuff, so I'm back up. WA60IB.
Oh, you did some work on 1296? That's wonderful. What did you find?
Just a bunch of little things, but I had to work on the 9700. I had a problem with it, and I found it. So anyway, she's back up and running.
Well, good. And you say you heard Ralph?
Yeah, I worked Ralph. I hadn't worked him almost a year.
No, that's wonderful. Wonderful. I'm glad you. Was it phasing lines or a bad driven element, or what was it?
Just a myriad of problems, small problems, mostly in the 9700. So I got that taken care of.
Oh, okay. Well, very good. I'm glad to hear that you're back on 1296. We need all we can get here, and also on 222. We missed you there, I think, last night, but. We know how that is. I think we had 12 or 13 check-ins or something on 222 last night. It was really thin. A lot of people are just broken. You know, Ken's broken up here. He got a broken feed line, and then KJ6 KFB Darren, I should say, has got a broken transverter, and and the guys in Nevada are both broken. Frank's, Larry's all twisted around antenna-wise, and Daniel doesn't have his antennas up at the moment and hasn't been able to get them up because of weather. So we're missing a lot of people. Anyway, let's see. Ken, I wonder if you're copying us there. N6 Radio Oscar, N6RO with WA6Q, WA6OIB, I should say, K6MYC. Are you there tonight, Ken? Give us a little longer chatter. I thought I heard one word. Did you hear it, Ken?
No, I didn't hear anything.
Okay, let's try it again, Ken. See if you can give us a long call, and we'll wait for a peak. We'll wait for a signal peak to come up. N6 Radio Oscar, N6 Radio Oakley, N6 Radio Oakley, N6 RO, K6MYC, and the Bozo group calling and standing by. Over. Long call, please.
K6MYC, N6
Yeah, we got you. Yeah, very weak, but we got you. In and out, Ken. You're probably hearing the same thing on my signals, up and down. Very heavy QSB this evening. But we've got you there. Ken is here also, and his system has been repaired, but he may not be hearing your 10 watts. It's very marginal tonight. Stand by, N6RO, stand by. Ken, did you hear anything?
Yeah, I heard just a little tiny bit of a voice that sounded like it might have been him. N6RO, see if you're copying me. I've got a little bit of power here. N6RO, WA60IB, over.
Yeah, I didn't hear him.
No, I got nothing.
He's you're just in and out, Ken. It's just very marginal. So we'll say 73s if you're copying. 73s, Ken. 73s. We've got your 835 checked in. Thank you. And we'll see you with big signals tomorrow. We'll see you with big signals and the better microphone on the 9700 tomorrow. Hi. 7373. N6 Radio Oakley, K6MYC will be clear. 73. Oh boy. I heard him talking, but I couldn't get it, Ken. Okay, he heard it anyway. 73, Ken, 73.
Did he say he heard me at all?
I couldn't tell what he said, honestly.
Okay, just curious.
I think, well, you'll have a shot here with KR6MR. We're going there next. Okay. Let's try it up here with KR6MR, Kilo Romeo 6 Radio, KR6MR, I should say. Kilo Romeo 6, Mexico Romeo. KR6MR, K6MYC with WA60IB and the Bozo Net. Calling KR6MR and standing by. Over. I heard you, but give us a little longer transmission. A little longer transmission, and maybe I can find a peak on you, John. Maybe I can find a peak. Give us a longer transmission, a little longer transmission. KR6MR, 759, K6MYC, over. I could hear you in there, but I got no copy, John. I could hear you fading in and out in the noise, but never got up to any readability. No readability, but we got you checked in. You're all okay. Roger on your check-in. Ken, did you hear anything?
Negative, not a thing.
Yeah, well, don't feel bad, man. I got a preamp up at the top with 0.3 dB noise figure, and it's working hard to hear anything tonight. It's terrible.
Well, I was just happy to hear Ralph.
Yeah, well, apparently Ralph had pretty good signal. Sometimes the path is better in certain directions. You never know. Anyway, 7-3, John. 7-3 if you're copying. I have not moved the antenna from where I think I had the peak. 73s. We'll look for you tomorrow on 2. Look for you tomorrow on 2 meters.
Coming up, better signal. Over.
Oh, yeah, there you are. Big signal. Ken, any copy?
Negative.
Okay, he came up roaring up, but he may be up for a U now. Take another one, John. Take another one. Go ahead.
Roger, Mike. Before we fade out, one last check. Over.
Yeah, we got you. That was Q5, and we have Ken on here. Ken Ken 6 WA6OIB has repaired his station, and he's very anxious, but the band is so bad tonight, it's not a good night for radio checks. Hi. Listen for Ken. He's going to maybe give you a call. Listen for Ken. He's going to give you a call. Go ahead, Ken.
Roger, KR6MR, John, a copy, WA6 Oscar, India Bravo, WA60IB, over.
He came back to you.
Yeah, I can't hear him.
That's okay.
Tell him thanks for me.
I will do that. We copied you. Apparently you heard a little bit of Ken, so that's a good sign. Ken had fixed the antenna and fixed his radio, and working a lot better now on 1296. But conditions are terrible tonight, John. Very poor conditions tonight. 7-3, thank you for being there, John. AR6MR, you had one good transmission, K6MYC. Bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye, Mike. Bye-bye. AR6MR 73.
7-3, perfect copy on that one. It's very weak, but perfect copy. Thank you. Okay, boy, it's scratchy tonight, I'll tell you. We can try Nevada. I don't think we're going to get anything. Daniel doesn't have his antenna up, and Larry has something wrong on 1296, so almost no point to go to Nevada. So I guess we should just go back to the Bay Area and wait for PQL to come back. At about 8 o'clock, he's going to, what time is it now? 2. Yeah, in a couple of minutes, he's going to go to... or even actually right now he's calling Santa Barbara. So he usually comes back and tells us if he's worked number 52 down there, W6QIW. So let's go back to, and that'll give you a check if you can get through to Jim on there. I didn't think you got in here quite in time to get Jim.
Very good copy, KR6MR.
Oh, there you go. Ken, any copy on that one?
Who was that?
That was John in there with very good copy all of a sudden. Over.
I'd already turned over to the Bay Area.
5 right now. It's 5, over.
You said you were going to the Bay Area, so I went there.
Unfortunately, Ken had already turned toward the Bay Area. I said, we'll go to the Bay Area now, and he spun the antenna over there, so he didn't hear you. But the last 2 transmissions, very Q5 and the strongest of the night. Over.
Roger, Mike.
7-3, down in the dumps again. Down in the dumps again. 7-3, we'll see you tomorrow night. I'm going to the Bay Area now, Ken.
Yeah, I'm already there.
Okay, this should be pretty close to you, Jim. I don't don't think he's back yet, though. W6PQL or anybody else in the Bay Area, K6MYC Bozo Net, over. Okay, the thing you do right now, Ken, is you and I can just chat here for a minute, if you don't mind.
Yeah, waiting for Jim to get back.
And somebody came in while you were talking. Who was the other station there in the Bay Area, I think? Go ahead.
Yes, W6PQL, negative 152, negative 152.
Give me more chatter. I got to find the peak. I need to find the peak on you. A little more chatter, Ken, over. Jim, go ahead.
Okay, Mike, if you put in San Francisco, that's going to be your best. It's almost X9. And so, the band will do that. Like a floating eye or a tiny balloon, something like that. But anyway, I was just trying to tell you that we were negative on number 52. That would be a negative on number 52, over.
Well, I heard you say number 52, but the copy is so chopped up. He didn't.
Negative on 52.
He did make it. Okay, good.
Negative.
Negative on 52. Okay, no copy on number 52. Okay, very good. Take a listen. Listen up, Jim, for Ken. Ken, WA60IB, has repaired his antennas and rig. Apparently the 9700 had a problem. So listen up for Ken. Go ahead, Ken.
Yeah, W6PQL. W6PQL from Whiskey Alpha 6 Oscar India Bravo, WA60IB. Over, Jim.
Okay, I didn't hear anything from Ken. I could, of course, hear him on the live stream. No copy on this end on the direct path, of course. But this is a hell of a night for it. If any night was a bad night to run any kind of test.
I don't hear a thing.
WA60IB, W6PQL.
Now, he turned it back to you just then, Ken.
Oh, I didn't hear a word.
Well, he didn't hear you either, so don't feel bad. He's copying you on the live stream. That's why he knew what you said. So it was 5-second delay, and then he came in. So he's only copying your live stream for the moment. I don't think there's any problem. He said this is just a hell of a night to do a test because everything's so bad here. He hasn't heard it much worse than this, and I'm sure I haven't either, so it's awful. We'll let you go, Ken, and let you go, Jim, I should say. Jim, we'll let you go. You might take a standby and see if there's anybody in the Bay Area that we're missing. Please take a standby for anybody in the Bay Area. We're looking for KT2G, WB6JNN, WA6AXX, and I know I would hear him, but K6KLY. Those are 4 big ones that we're missing. Could you stand by for them, Jim? Over.
Yeah, I could. You're S9 now, by the way, and Ken might be pretty strong, too. We might have an airplane floating by. Ken, are you hearing me?
Any copy now, Ken?
I heard a few words.
He said we came way up, so it all of a sudden it peaked way up for a second there, but your peaks and mine not be the same.
Right, yeah, I did hear a few words, and I recognized it was Jim. So he's probably not copying me now, though. WA60IB.
Okay, are you hearing any bits and pieces of Ken, Jim?
Yeah, I heard him say, I heard a few words, but then everything faded back down again, so you did too. It's just one of those nights, Mike.
Yeah, okay. He said he heard a couple of words. He heard you say you heard a couple of words, Ken, so he got that part of it, and then it faded out again. It's just awful tonight. Okay, take a look for the other guys, if you would, Ken. QIB, KT2G, not OIB, but WB6JNN, WA6AXX, KT2G, and anybody else that might be in there. See if you can hear anybody, Jim. W6PQL in the group, K6MYC standing by.
B6JNN, Willie Baker 6, Japan, Norway.
JNN, good signal. Thank you, Jim. We got your 285. Thank you very much. Take one, and we'll see how long it lasts. Go ahead.
Very fluttery, very, very fluttery. You're about a 7, got up to a 9, and you've been down around a 4 or 5, so it's an odd night. WB6JNN.
Yeah, a pretty awful night. He's a little bit south of where I peaked for Jim, Ken. Did you hear anything from Jim?
No, not a thing.
Okay, boy, it's just an awful night. He says the same thing. Okay, Jim, WB6JNN, thanks very much for popping out of the noise for us there. And good to hear you. We'll look for better conditions, of course, tomorrow night on 2 meters, Jim. Hope you had a good day. Maybe you had another good flight in today. Who knows? It's getting cold, though. It was really cold toward the end of the day, and we're expecting 3 or 4 cold and rainy days here. 73, WB6JNN, K6MYC for your final.
Well, that's a nice backscatter, Pat.
WB6JNN. Good flight. 73, WB6JNN.
73. Go ahead, Jim. PQL.
Yeah, I'm about 20 degrees off of you further south. We're bouncing off of something that's working pretty good right here.
Yeah, probably the high altitude bounce off is probably okay. It's the stuff that's close to the ground that's all screwed up.
Yeah, it's very, very cold over here. It's been in the 20s in the morning, you know, when that very cold snap happens right before sunrise. And right now it's 43, so we're going to have another cold one tonight.
Yeah, I know you got down to freezing last night, probably, I think. Did he get into the 20s? Yeah, I think you said you were going to get 28 yesterday. So, yeah, it's just we're at that time of the year, and hopefully it'll get through it before too long. If we get some rain, it'll warm up a little bit. At least it usually does. Let's just check again with Ken and see if it's coming up for him. OIB, go ahead.
Nothing. I haven't heard a thing. Not a piece.
Oh, because he's pointing way south now. You might look around for him. He said he's getting me way south of where we normally hear him. So he's got a bounce path probably off of Umanum or Loma Prieta or something. Make another transmission, Jim, W6PQL with WA6OIB, trying to ring out the system, K6MYC.
Well, it's not quite that far south. I'm only about, I would say just under 20 degrees south of where I normally point for you, which is 105. So I'm about almost 20 degrees south of that. And that would be about 124 or 125 is where I'm pointed. That's more like Mount Hamilton, I think, than it is Loma Prieta. So if I'm bouncing off of anything, it's probably that one. And I'll listen for Ken. Go ahead, Ken, if you're in there. WA6OIB, W6PQL. Don't hear anything?
I don't hear him either, so he's not hearing you either. Doggone, you were really rock solid, just armchair copy. So if it was just this path between you and me tonight, I would say the conditions were pretty good. Over.
Yeah, you're a solid 5 and 7. You have been over S9, just a little bit over S9, but that was just an airplane. And it didn't last forever, but this is lasting almost forever.
You say that, and the next thing you know, we will be in the toilet here with the noise. All right, listen, I think we're just going to pull a cork on it tonight. It's just pointless. I think Rob is downstairs with the XYL, and we've got him as a check-in, but he's not in here tonight, and he wouldn't hear you anyway. 7-3, Jim, thanks for the help, and thanks for trying for QIW. See you tomorrow. That'll be a 6PQL, K6MYC, and we are there most every morning now on 40 meters again, 7137, over.
I'm back. 6 p.m.
Okay, KB6BA, was that you, Oliver?
Yeah, good strong signal now, Mike. You were watering a few minutes ago, and I think when Ken was transmitting, I could see something in a waterfall, but I couldn't pull his voice out. KB6BA, number 900, over.
Just a minute, Oliver, trying to get my phone unhooked here. Hang on a sec. Okay, Okay, KB6BA 900. You got 900 written down, right? Super signal. Yeah, the band's. I haven't moved the antenna from where I worked, Jim, WB6JNN. So it's working very good at this location. But I think the band's just all of a sudden changing. Maybe it's cooling off or getting more stable in the air. Anyway, whatever. Anyway, take a transmission, Oliver. And I don't know if you went for a hike today or not, but you probably was. It was brisk under any circumstances. Go ahead.
Yeah, went out middle of the day. Still dry weather at that time, probably the high 50s. And hopefully we'll get a minor deluge tomorrow for rain. We'll see. And I heard KT2G locally here. K6MYC, KB6BA.
Oh, you're hearing Mark? You said you're hearing Mark here, over?
Yeah, KT2G. I heard him a couple times.
Okay, let's see. Mark, make a transmission. And we got a funny band tonight, so I may or may not hear you, but we'll get you logged in. I think it's 863, but you can... 868, no. Oh, I forgot your number. KT2G, K6MYC, over.
Yeah, good evening, Mike. KT2G here, number is 863.
Okay, we got it. Got your 863 and solid copy from you, Mark. Good to hear you. We called you earlier, but I knew that was too early for you. You're always on the backside of this 1296 and all the nets, for that matter. That's why we go back to the Bay Area for late checks and missed. There's quite a few people that run a little bit on the late side. Anyway, take another transmission, and if you're copying Oliver, you can shoot it over to him, and maybe we could actually stir a few other peoples out of the woodwork. We're missing WA6AXX and K6KLY, KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie, and maybe a couple of others. KT2G and the group K6MYC Bozo Net.
Yeah, no, solid copy, both for you and for Oliver here. The problem I have is that the rotator, I need to reset it, so I'm going a bit blind, so I guess I'm pointed at you, but I'll need to reset it. I need to find some time and go up. There's probably a screw that's gone loose with all the wind of the last few days. Anyway, solid copy, KT2G, 863 to you all.
Okay. Mark, good to talk to you. Good signal here, not real strong, but perfectly copyable. I'm still pointed in Mike's direction, so maybe I'm chopping off to the side of it.
Yeah, no, you're a solid 9 here. I guess I'm still behind you, but still maybe you're bouncing off something.
Yeah, roger that. Okay, good to hear everyone, and see what happens later on this week, KB6BA.
Okay, very good, Oliver. Great to hear you tonight. There's one of the stronger signals on the band tonight, if not right there, except for the local. So booming is amazing. You and I seem to have that amazing path that almost has no fading on it. You've got just a tiny, tiny bit of multipath tonight, but I may not be pointed right at you. I was wiggling the antenna back and forth to try and bring a little more signal out of Mark there. Mark was going mushy on me at one point. It wasn't him, it was the band with a real rapid multipath, and I didn't get all of it. Mark, just let me get you to repeat if you would. You say you're going to be gone. I think you said you're going to be gone for a couple of weeks. Is that what you said?
No, I'm gone for the weekend, but no, I'll be here next week. The problem I have is with the rotator. The rotator, he went out of whack. So I need to reset it. So I'm a little blind here, so that's why I try to peek on you, but not sure whether I'm really pointed at you. I would have to look outside. Over.
Well, you're pretty close. You're pretty close based on the conditions tonight, so you're not very far off. Okay, on the rotator, and gone for the weekend, but we'll be back next week. Good, so we'll keep an ear out for you on whatever band you can check in. We will be here tomorrow, and of course we look for you always on 2 meters as well. Thanks much. Hopefully you can get the rotator recalibrated there, one way or the other. Hope it didn't slip in the clamps. If it just went out of calibration, that shouldn't be too hard to do from the shack end. But if your clamps slipped, then you got to go up and redo that mechanical recalibration again. Good luck, Mark, and stay out of the rain. Get it done while it's not raining over there. KT2G for your final, K6MYC.
Yeah, Roger. I'll need to check. I'll need to check what's wrong with the rotator. But anyway, good hearing you, Mike. Always good talking to you. I'll see when I can check in. 73 Kilo Tango 2 Go.
Okay, very good, Mark. Yeah, I'm sure you'll find it. And just a totally amazing signal for 10 watts.
Where is he?
He's in the Los Altos Hills. Isn't that where you are, Los Altos Hills?
Los Altos town, not hills.
Okay, not in the hills, but in Los Altos. Okay. Well, wherever it is, it's a good location. It must have a little altitude there somehow. It's awful good for 10 watts, I'll tell you. But you got a good antenna. You could use 4 times as much of that, and it would really be booming. But no worries. Fix the rotator, and we'll see you next maybe tomorrow night or next week sometime. KT2G with KB6BA and others, K6MYC. Now, let's see, do we have anyone else left in the Bay Area for check-ins here? We were just about to pull the cork, so I'm glad everybody popped in at the last minute. I know we're moving very fast, but we have a minimal amount of check-ins now up in the north, so we don't have very much time to spend in Nevada. So that's why we're turning around very quickly and getting back to the Bay Area. Bay Area, late checks or missed, K6MYC in the Bozo Net. Okay, just K6KLY and WA6AXX, the big missing ones this evening. All right, 73's all. Rob, are you back in the shack there?
Roger, yeah, I caught in earlier, but maybe you didn't hear me.
Well, I had you checked in because Aaron said you were here. But Ken's here, too. Ken fixed his station. Why don't you and Ken have a couple of quick words back and forth and see if he sounds like he hears you better than normal. He fixed a little bit of a problem in the antenna, but most of the problems he said was in the 9700. WA6OIB in the group, K6MYC.
Yeah, K6MYC, WA6OIB here. Yeah, I wish I could. I heard a couple of words from Jim that one time, and then that was about it. So he roared up and then right back down again. So, oh well, bad night to be playing around trying to find out if this thing's working or not. So, all right, very good. Well, good evening all, and I'll get back in the house and finish my activities. K6MYC, WA6OIB.
Okay. I was going to have you turn it over to Rob, but I'll do that. But I just wanted to let you know that at least at this point, Judy and I, if our health holds, will be there for Friday night. Looking forward to seeing everybody for the Valentine's Day special there. Go ahead, Rob.
WA6OIB, KM6SRR.
Yes, sir, Rob.
Yeah, you're sounding loud, sounding good there, so whatever you did worked, huh?
Well, not loud enough, apparently, so doesn't cut through all that noise. So anyway, yeah, very good. I worked over Marcus's a little bit today, so got a few things done for him. So and then I had to babysit today, so that was part of my day. So tomorrow is Meadow Lake, so I'll head for the hill.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I got 2 trail roads of wood cut again today, so we're getting ready for all the rain coming where the wood's no good after that.
Yep, got to keep it dry. Okay, very good. Well, you guys all have a good rest of the evening. And let's see. Aaron, I was going to say something to you, and I forgot what it was. Doggone it. Oh, well, I'll think about it. K6USY and the gang, WA6OIB.
Did it have anything to do with Friday?
I'm not going to be there Friday, but and Ken, you might need to spin a little bit because you're kind of weak over here.
Did you hear that, Ken?
Negative.
I wonder if that 9700 isn't hearing well. Do you have the preamp turned on?
He's got me in a null.
Aaron wants you to rotate slightly. You're in a deep null, Ken, over.
Yeah, when I'm facing at PQL, it's a null for him. That should be better.
Nope, still weak over here.
He says it's still weak for him, over.
Yeah, I mean right at him.
Oh, that's weird. Yeah, he's S0. I got nothing over here.
Huh, I don't know why.
Oh, there you are. Hey, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, yeah, now you're S6, so that's a lot better. I wanted to know what did you have to do to the 9700 to get rid of the voltage?
Well, I had to replace the transistor, the switching transistor that switches the voltage in. It was shorted.
Ah, okay. Yeah. Well, that would do it. So it was just permanently stuck in the on position.
That's right. No matter what you did to programming worked. I mean, I could see it changing, but when I went downstream to Q2, which is a hefty transistor too, the doggone thing is huge and capable of a lot of current. So I don't know what happened, but it was shorted. So it's fixed now.
Well, I'm glad it was a single component failure and you didn't have to go tracing down a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, me too. Anyway, so all of them I tested the other two bands too. Everything works fine now.
Was that pass transistor, that keying transistor, only work on 1296, or did it affect all the bands?
No, there's one in each module. Each module has its own switching for it puts DC to the antenna for preamp.
Oh, I see. It's not switching relays. It's not for keying relays. It's to power the preamp, huh?
Right. There, each module, 2 meters and 432 and 1296 has its own system. But the 1296 one is beast. It has the biggest transistor of all three of them.
Yeah, I'll be darned. And it was shorted, but do you have a preamp at the antenna?
I don't. I've got one here, but it's not installed.
Okay. Well, the other question is, does it send DC up the line, or does it come out on a separate port?
No, it sends DC up the line. That's the whole principle of the thing, and that's the problem.
Well, maybe the line was shorter. That may have been what was causing your problem on both sides of the coin, over.
Yeah, well, it's supposed to sense that. If you have a shorted antenna, there's a menu that comes up, an alarm, a whole screen that says, "Hey, you got a short on the antenna. Check it out." But it never came up because it it was keyed up all the time.
Yeah. Okay. Well, enough of that. I guess you want to get inside. We're done too. I guess everybody's done. Is there anybody else in the Bay Area that still wants to check in that hasn't checked in yet? K6MYC Bozo Net. I don't hear anybody, so I guess we got everybody we're going to get tonight. What's your count, Rob? Did you get a count, or are we relying on Aaron?
I've been monitoring the whole time when I'm downstairs. I have 16.
Judy's counting. How many?
15.
Oh, we only got 15.
Who was the last one?
Did you put me in there?
Who was the last one?
The last one was KT2G 863.
I have 863.
Okay, 900. Wonder who you...
507, 610, 727, 1100, 800, and 1079.
Okay. Wonder who you might have that we don't have, Rob.
Did Judy get Ralph, number 3?
Yeah, she's got Ralph. I'm number 3.
Did you put down Rob?
Yeah, she's got Rob.
32.
I can have her read it again. She wasn't near the mic when she was reading it to me here. Start again, Judy.
1079, 1100, 800, 727, 610, 507, 47. Check.
Roger.
1296, 432, 3, 226, 835, 759, 900, and 863.
Yeah, I didn't hear Ken N6RO in there.
Yeah, she said 835.
Okay, I thought she was saying 285, Jim.
Well, you got 285 and
226.
oh, wait a minute. Do you have 285 and 835?
285.
Yeah, 285 should be down in there around KB6.
I don't have 285.
Okay, that's what the problem is. She didn't get Jim written down, J and N. So that's where the number is. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Rob. Go ahead.
Okay, that's all I got. Yeah, a short one tonight, huh?
Well, 18 isn't bad, but we were in the 20s last week.
Not 18, 16.
Oh, 16, yeah, I'm sorry.
I was going to say, I'm short too then.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, we'll find a couple of people on the street and put them on the mic.
There you go. Well, we're missing all the guys in Nevada, and that's weather-related, with storms and other factors for 2 stations that we should be getting on a regular basis here. So we're missing Nevada, and let's see. We're missing KE6ILX, who hasn't checked in for several months now. So he's one that should be there but isn't.
And we're missing John, K6MI, and we're missing Kerry, 712.
Yeah, that's 2 on this side that we should have.
And Dave, K6EVG.
Yeah, there you go. So we could have had a lot of, if they'd all been here.
Go ahead, John.
K6MI, a little late, 711.
Okay, we got you, John. That's 17 then.
Very good. Yeah, my brother called WB6ITM. He's got my old call sign. We hadn't talked for a while, so kind of had to talk to him.
Oh, absolutely. Way more important than this net. But I'm glad you were able to squeeze out and get in the net before we closed it here. Luckily, we were stumbling around in the dark here trying to figure where the missing one number was. Good to hear you, John. Strong signal up here. Go ahead.
Very good, even though I'm off the back of the beam because I'm pointed south right now.
Yeah, I'll be darned. Conditions were funny tonight, really poor in the beginning, and it got better as we went on.
Right, the 8 o'clock to 8:30 time hour.
Something.
8:03 used to be the magic time.
8:03, yeah.
Remember those days, Mike?
What days was that, Ken?
When 8:03 was the peak. Everything peaked at 8:03.
What? Yeah, at Nevada. Yeah, up in Nevada, 8:05 to 8:08 was when that plane took off or whatever. But again, we can't even test that time anymore because Larry's broken, and Daniel's not got his antennas on the roof, which is unusual. But he just didn't get them back up, and then he had a period where he was sick for about a week and a half when he probably had a window to do it. So everybody's behind the curve this year.
807 would be the better number.
807 is AB6SR, and he's been missing for over a month now. I'm worried about him. That's Stan up there in Los Gatos, AB6SR 807.
Okay, he's got a good number.
All right, I think we're done, guys. I can't think of anything else to do. Did you ever remember what you were going to say, Ken? Probably related to the Friday night special.
No, it went up in smoke somewhere.
Are you smoking again?
My brain does occasionally.
Yeah, I think we all do that.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm not going to be there on Friday.
Where are you going?
It's my mom's birthday. She was born on Valentine's Day, and she wanted to do a big dinner for her birthday, so I'm ditching the club meeting to hang out with family.
Okay, well, that's probably a better choice anyway. Family's important, and you know it. And we can live without you for one club meeting, I think, and Aaron.
Yep, well, and I'm not running the program this month, so it's actually the best month to ditch.
Yes, okay. All right, guys, good night all. Good night, Rob. Good night, Aaron. Good night, Ken. Good night, John, and whoever else is in here. I don't know where Kerry is tonight. He was in here storming last night. I thought he'd be here tonight. Oh, well, K6MYC, Central California, Delta Mike 07, Bozo 47, will be clear.
73.
Good night, Mike. Good night, all. WA60IB, Delta Mike 06.
Good night, Ken.
Good night, Mike. Good night, Ken. Good night, Aaron. Good night, John. KM6SR. We'll be monitoring while I'm doing the walk.
And everybody forgot to say goodnight to Judy, so thank you, Judy, for keeping Mike on time.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Judy. We got to get you a call sign there, KM6SR.
Yeah, we got to get through a couple of other things first. But she's got it in the back of her mind, no question. See ya, guys.
All righty, good night, YouTube. K6USY DMO6.